started with a freeze frame up front, which is perfect because this is an audio medium.
Yes.
And you're going to be like, it didn't start yet.
Yes, and that is awesome. And that's really good.
I'm immediately being too much.
Okay, I love it.
Because I'm drinking iced tea.
Oh my gosh.
And my family has a history of not being able to handle caffeine.
You're a sensitive woman.
I'm a sensitive young woman, you see.
I'm not that sensitive to like caffeine. Or like...
You are.
You think I am?
Yeah, 100%.
You think I just do it anyway and I still get affected?
Yes.
Okay, iconic. So I just do it anyway and then I still get affected. This is my like 4th cup of coffee.
Welcome to the Big Bad Podcast for you.
Welcome to the Bad Podcast.
I'm the Syd one.
That's the Syd one. I'm the Olivia one. This is Syd and Olivia Talk Shit, the big podcast for you guys.
Whoa.
You might notice another one of our guests disappeared into thin air today.
Yeah, because today it's a solo episode, which means that we had a guest who walked into the studio and we shot them with a harpoon.
Who was it, Syd?
Today it was the ghost of O.J. Simpson.
Yay!
Music! Cut the music. Sorry, R.I.P. a second time, hee. I don't know if I want him to R.I.P.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe R.I. in a little bit of distress.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We shot him with a harpoon, once again through the hand, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the question is, will the glove fit now?
Right.
Now that his hand is
now that
wounded.
his
Probably
ghost
not.
hand has
Probably
been
not.
wounded.
Probably not.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. Oh my God, what?
I don't know. I mean, is anyone good?
So true. Do you want to start with the segment that we had
I'm
prepared?
so excited. Okay, guys, if you don't know this about us, we have now reached a point in our lives where we've actually, I think it's right on there. I think we've actually known each other for more time than we haven't.
Yes, it's been like 15 years.
I think we've known each other for 15 years. And that's more time than we haven't known each other.
Yes.
Which is very funny.
Which means we have
15 years
worth of text messages between each other.
Okay, so we're doing a segment called When Was This Text Message From and What's the Context? Music!
Cut the music!
Beautiful title, a beautiful title. Syd is going to show me 3 texts that she found from sometime in the last 15 years that I sent her. And I'm going to have to guess when I sent them and what the context was. And then I'm going to do the same thing to her. So
you explained that so well.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to start?
Yeah, should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My first message. When was this?
Oh no. Hey, gal pal. Oh God, that's already high school. Saying gal pal is a hard one. Hey, gal pal. So I have to get started on making the year in review video for Banquet, high school. So is there any way you could give me a flash drive with footage from Spelling Bee on it? I could give you a flash drive if you need one. Okay, so I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I was on drama board, which you could probably tell by, I don't know, everything I've said about my past and how unfuckable I was. I was making the year in review, so it must have been like end of junior year. End of my junior year would have been 2012. 2012, I think.
It was February 1st, 2012. You got it right. And just fun fact about that, that first off, that is so foreign and strange to look at us talking to each other like that. But also
so professional.
It's so professional. But also when I got that message, I was having a nervous breakdown.
Oh,
because I had filmed Spelling Bee and was editing it together for everyone. And then my hard drive crashed and deleted all of it in the middle of the night. And I went to like all of these hard drive places to try to get it revived. And I did, but it was like really blurry. And it was one of the most stressful things that ever happened to me in high school. Not because anyone else was upset with me, but because I felt like I was letting everyone down.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
No, I know. I didn't really.
It would have been honestly fine.
No, I only told Matt.
Because the stakes were so low.
Oh, truly?
So
in
low.
here, though, there's no such thing.
But the stakes were so low.
Okay, so that's my first one. Do you want to show your first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You sent me that.
Yes, I did. I did send you that.
Do you want to explain what it is for the listeners?
Yeah, so that is a super realistic, in my opinion, image of a hairless cat with Syd's face on it, but the face is, mixed with the cat's face. It's from an app called Face Fusion I used to use all the time. And I know the context, and I'm gonna guess the year was 2015, because it was for the Slutty Cat Party. And that was my... And basically, so Syd and I, when we were in college, we threw this party, and we were like, a lot of the time in a college party, like a lot of people just show up like dressed as a slutty cat. And
You
just
mean
kind
for
of
a Halloween party?
For a Halloween party, yes, that's what I meant. Just for a Halloween party in college, a lot of people are showing up like low effort costumes, like, oh, I'm a slutty cat, whatever.
I'm a slutty baby.
Yeah, awesome, cool. We made a party where you had to dress up like a slutty cat in order to get in the door.
But it had to be a real cat, a slutty version of a real cat. And this started a series of parties Olivia and I threw in college called the Slutty Blank Party, where every Halloween we would throw a party where you had to be a real version of something, but a slutty version of it.
And I also think maybe you might be picturing like us and a bunch of hot girls our age partying dressed as slutty cats. What was really happening is it was like us and like 40 guys who were just like guys who do improv.
All of our friends were the improv people. So it was anyone who was on like an improv team.
Yeah, dressed like a slutty cat. And it was great. And so this was one of the posters I made. I'm going to guess 2015. First time I browned out.
You sent this to me October 21st, 2015 at 12:30 a.m.
Wow, that is good. That's a good detail. Okay, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Next one from you.
Okay, so next one. So what is this?
Okay. A bat.
If you can't see it, it's a bunch of texts in all caps, one after another, and they read...
A bat is just a Halloween bird. Next text. I just realized. Next text. A bat is just a Halloween bird. Next text. A bat is a Halloween bird. Next text. A bat. Next text. Is just. Next text. A bird. Next text. For Halloween. Next text. Did you know this or what? Next text. Halloween bat. Next text. Fuck. Next text. Bird. Next text is a screenshot of a bat Google image search.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was on one.
Yeah, and what's really interesting... Oh, no, go ahead. So when do you think this was?
Can I tell you my biggest fear?
Yeah.
Is that it was too recent. My biggest fear is that this was not that long ago. And, you know, you could be like, oh, I was just in high school. I was just being crazy. But I kind of feel like this was recent. When, I'm going to guess, 2020.
Okay. So it is 2018.
Oh,
yeah, it's not too far off. And the best part is this was all sent at 2 a.m, but I'm realizing that your screenshot is time-stamped earlier.
Oh, so
which means
I was
you
stewing
had
on it.
That. You had that for hours.
Right.
And then you sent it to me.
I was stewing on it.
You were stewing for like an hour and a half.
I was stewing for an hour and a half.
And so that was 2018. So yeah, really good.
What was the context?
There was none.
Great. Okay. My next text from Olivia, you have an image. Yep, there we go.
Oh.
You sent me this image, Olivia. It is a picture of an upside down woman's rash, question mark?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks really like a bad skin condition or like a bad spa image.
It's an Instagram screenshot from a cosmetology thing of a woman's close-up neck, which is red and covered in skin bumps. The caption on the photo says, "Every dad is made with love. Heart."
And then it says, "Girls, don't forget about the neck and cleavage."
Correct. Then you sent this to me with a text that said ... the caption.
As if the whole thing's not insane. Yeah.
When did you send me that?
Ooh. Okay, so I know that the context was I was looking through my phone. I saw that. I was like, the fuck is this? I read the caption. I saw that instead of I don't know why it says every dad is made with love. I think I just had to capture that and send it to you. I don't know why it said that.
Do you have any idea on the year?
I'm going to say 2024.
Wow. This was sent to me on February 22nd, 2024 at 2:58 p.m.
Oh my God.
And there was no context.
No. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay. Amazing. That's really okay. Well,
you got one more?
I love this game. Yeah, I do have one more. This is an interesting one. Yeah, this is my last one for today. When was this?
Huh. Wow, it's interesting that all my texts to you seem to be in all caps.
All caps and like 100 texts in a row.
Okay.
So
All caps. Yeah. I say blur all nips and then you crossed something else.
Because it's the year.
Got it. Blur all nips, next text. Blur them, next text. Fucking blur them, next text. Blur baby blur, next text. Fucking blur, next text. Kill me. Next text. Kill me with your gentle hands. With is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Next text, gentle, gentle pause.
And then a screenshot of one of our exes on Bumble.
I kind of, can we zoom in on the corner of that Bumble photo? I want to see if I can guess who it is.
There's only one word available in the bio, and it's the word.
Let me see.
It's the word into.
Into. Let me see that picture. Let me see that fucking picture. Who the fuck is that? I feel like I know who it is. Bleep it.
Yep,
yeah.
That's who it is. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What year was that? Well, if I was on Bumble, this would have been a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Let me give this some thought.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, just think about what really happened. What year really goes after blur all nips blank, you know? Blur all nips, what
Kill
year
me
feels
with your
right?
gentle hands. 2020.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is 2020.
Blur all nips 2020.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
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 No, that's definitely 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know why all the texts I send you are all caps.
I
and
love
like really
I love it.
Do you now you probably didn't screenshot this.
Yeah.
But there is do I even really want to tell this story?
Well, we can always cut it.
There is a time that I was texting you in a panic, much like that.
Right.
All caps, separate messages like that.
Oh, this one was, that was really funny.
Where Olivia was...
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Olivia was showing a video to her dad on her computer.
Yeah, we had just made a web series episode and I was showing my dad the episode that I had edited on my computer, so it was on my computer.
And Olivia's text messages were going through on her computer, something I didn't know. And I was texting her over and over and over, all caps.
In the style of like, yeah.
Saying, Olivia, there is a bump on my asshole. There is a bump on my asshole. What is the bump on my asshole?
There is a bump on my asshole. There's a bump on my asshole. Like,
freaking out, being like, am I going to die? There is a bump. And eventually Olivia's dad has been reading all of these coming
like
in one
trying
after
to
the
ignore
other.
it and watch the episode.
And he just goes, oh, Jesus Christ, Olivia, just tell her it's a hemorrhoid. So that's a story about the time that Olivia's dad diagnosed me with a hemorrhoid.
Yeah. So there we go.
Perfect.
So perfect.
And that was years ago, and I don't have it
she
anymore.
doesn't have them anymore. I checked.
Okay. It's beautiful there now.
It's beautiful there now.
The next message I have from you.
Uh-huh.
You said, throwback to when I saved blank's name in my phone as Brittany from Physio because I was 16 and he was my teacher. So we can cut that if you want.
Nah, nothing bad happened.
But it was such a moment of time.
Yeah, that's very me. Okay, so So here's what's tricky about this is throwback to when. So
Yes.
I was not 16, obviously, when I sent this.
No.
Because I wasn't telling anyone.
No.
When I did that. 2017?
This was September 24th, 2020 at 10:59 p.m.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because 2016, 2017 was the earliest it could have been. But yeah, okay, well, 2020. Well, throwback.
Okay, perfect. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
That was that.
And that was how
Music. Cut the music.
Oh, okay. I have a question for you.
Tell me.
How was the experience of going through all of our old texts, 15 years of text? Was that insane for you?
Yes, it was.
Me too.
I think a mixture of devastating
Yeah.
and
Why was that?
lovely.
I know.
Because it reminds you of
All these bad things that happened in life that you totally forgot about.
Yeah.
Or the way you were in the past when you were cringier and worse. I don't know.
there were so many screenshots of people that I used to date.
There were so many screenshots
where it's
of
like,
me
oh, I'm
fucking-
going on a date with this person.
Yes.
And now having like
Yeah.
an experience with that person, I have to look at it and go like, whew.
Yeah, it really first off, it was weird because it felt like I was experiencing a parasocial relationship with both of us. Like, because it was like not me or you, it was like us when we were younger and by like a lot. It was very, I was like, this is weird. But then also, it just really was like, wow, so many crazy things happen in life. And you just kind of like, in the moment, you're like, oh, this is the most devastating, most horrifying thing in the entire world. And then you're a couple years later, you're just like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And that's good, but it's also weird.
Totally.
It's weird to see yourself at that heightened of a state being like, my life is over. And then be like, I was fucking fine. I'm fine.
Or even like seeing at the beginning of COVID, thinking it was just going to be
scary.
kind of nothing.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things where I was like, it's like going through the years through such a specific lens.
Yeah, getting excited about a project that now I know is
Nothing.
murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so
It was
crazy.
interesting.
It was. I think we should never do it again.
I know. It was like, it was so like, there were so many aspects of it that were so lovely.
Yeah, I know.
Like the constant of being there for each other and the constant of like, there were things that we would say that when we were kids that we would say now.
Yeah.
That we're just very like, oh, we've always been those people, which is cute.
Just cool.
But there's also the part where you're like, oh, right, those are things I really put in a box and went, I'm never dealing with that again. And now I'm opening it up again.
Yeah, just stuff of like, oh, I forgot when like I lived with this person and you lived with this person and like this person was in a fight with this person. You know, just like random stuff where it's like, whoa, wow, what? But I would do it again to do this bit again. Yeah. I love this bit.
Totally. I have a segment for you.
Oh, I'm very excited.
This is a new segment I'm welcoming to the podcast called Chat, Is That a Universal Experience? Music! Cut the music! I'm introducing this segment called Chat, Is That a Universal Experience? Where we can say something that's been happening.
Yeah.
And we can ask you, the viewer.
Sure.
Is this something that's universally a thing? Or is this only happening to me?
Yes.
Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here is the thing that I've been like, whoa.
Yeah.
Is this only happening to me?
Yes.
So these days I don't get hit on very much anymore, but when it does happen, it is only one of two ways that it goes.
Okay. Words with friends and...
No, I haven't been playing Words with Friends as much as I used to be, but when I did used to play Words with Friends, I would get hit on by old people. But when I do get hit on, if it is a woman, it is someone who is angry at me. If it is a man, it is somebody who is over 75 and he is making fun of my dog.
What the fuck?
Let me explain.
Okay, please do.
So, if I'm getting hit on by a woman, it is always the same experience.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Which
explain.
is, and we've talked about this before, but not on the podcast because I don't talk about this stuff very much, but I'm going to because it's so weird. Every time I get approached by a woman in a place, which is usually a place that is kind of like a space where people are like, we're all queer on some level, a woman will say to me, you and I matched on a dating app 4 years ago and you never messaged me.
Yep.
Or you never took me out on a date. And then they get angry.
Yes. And then they're like, well, give me your number now then.
This has happened more than once.
I have seen it happen multiple times. I have been there going, and also even more nichely, most of the times that I've seen it happen that I've been there for, they will come up to me first and go like, hey, I think I follow you and your friend. And I'm like, oh, great. And then I'll bring you over because I'm like, oh, yay, cool. Like a conversation with a human being. And then they like shift so fast.
And
like,
then they're mad.
Anyway, like it's like a trap.
Yes. And it's
crazy.
always the number 4. It's always 4 years ago, I matched with you on a dating app and you never responded.
You were unforgettable 4 years ago.
I don't know what happened.
What were you doing 4 years ago?
Well, I know that 4 years ago I was probably, I had hair extensions, so maybe that's what it is. But 4 years ago, I think I was probably very socially anxious because it was like right after stay-at-home orders and stuff. So I probably wasn't really responding to anyone.
Yeah. I really do think that the concept of like, you matched with me, so you have to talk to me is like so stupid.
Yeah. It's just crazy
like,
to me.
No, I don't.
It's just crazy to me because already it's so hard to tell when a woman is hitting on you that the only time it ever does happen is when somebody is angry. So that's the first thing. Yeah. Really strange. The second thing is anytime a man hits on me, it is a 75 plus man who is hitting on me by making fun of my dog.
In what way?
Every time I take my Chihuahua on a walk, sometimes there'll be an older gentleman who will be like, so is that your guard dog? That dog gonna protect you? Oh, is your dog named Killer? I bet your dog is named Killer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now saying it out loud, I'm like, is that someone hitting on me or is that someone just being generally weird?
It's either someone hitting on you or threatening you.
Okay. and to be honest with men, it could be the same thing.
It could be both. Could be going for a 2-in-1.
Could be a 2-in-1.
Could be double dipping here.
Because there's always this guy outside of the library who has a walker.
Right.
Lovely gentleman. No, he's not.
No, I don't know why.
I was giving him.
I think you were like, oh, I should just give this person grace. But
yeah,
the
but
rest
no, he's
of the
been
story
super
I think
weird.
is bad.
Yeah. Every time I go to the library to return a book in the little book slot at front, and I walk there because it's close to my place, and I walk my dog.
Right.
And then I'll return my book, and there's always this guy who always says to me something along the lines of like, wow, Pipsqueak gonna really protect you if somebody breaks into your house? And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Or one time he was like, I bet you think you're going to read 15 books this year.
Oh my God,
and
what?
It's like, what are you talking about?
Also, 15 is not a
I'm
crazy
gonna read more
number.
than 15,
yeah,
fucker.
For people who read books, that's
you
like a
fucker.
Yeah, well, you think you're going to read what the fuck?
He was like, do you think you're going to read 100 books? I literally went, I don't know. I don't know. Leave me alone. What is happening?
Okay, so here's what I'll say.
Is that, no, it's not hitting on me. I'm now realizing I don't know if that person's hitting on me. I think I'm just assuming that because they're talking to me.
No, I think I understand where it's coming from. I
guess the question is...
Yeah, is that a universal experience?
Is that universal?
Yeah.
Is it that people are either mean or they are mean about your dog?
Well, let us know. Is that a universal experience? I haven't personally experienced that because I don't have a dog, and
that's okay.
Yeah, but I have a similar.
If you have any questions for the audience about is this a universal experience, chat, I'd be happy to hear.
This is a thing I've wanted to know for a while. Mm-hmm. Those of you with hot moms, when strangers hit on you on the internet, do they always have to specify that you're hot, but not as hot as your mom?
Well, you have a very specific experience.
Right.
Because your mom
is hot.
Is an 80s actress.
Right. But also, I just figure, why add that last bit in there? Like, why not just say nothing or,
Olivia's mom was an actress in the 80s.
She was a babe.
She still is a babe.
She's a babe.
Diane Franklin.
We love her.
Look her up. She was in a bunch of 80s movies that had like cult followings. So there are a lot of like creepy kind of people who are like, you were my first sexual experience.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough that it's not like she's so mainstream that I had like a freaky childhood or something. Like she's like a human being. Like, you know, it's not like, but she was in movies that people love enough that, she was a lot of people's like first crushes and stuff. So I get a lot, and I've gotten it since I was a kid, like 12. But every time, it's like, oh, you're so beautiful, just like your mother. And then like decision to say the second part, but your mother is far hotter.
That is so weird.
And I've been getting them again recently.
I wonder if it's like a negging thing where they're trying to be like, I'm going to knock you down so that you want to kiss me.
Or that they're going to build my mom up so that she gets a divorce. I don't know. Maybe I'll forward it to her in their minds and they'll be like, wow. I don't know.
I think they're trying to neg you.
I hate it.
In the same way that I think gentlemen over 75 are trying to neg my dog because they want to fuck her.
No, negging doesn't work on me. It makes me go away forever.
Yeah, it doesn't work on my dog either because she doesn't speak English.
No, it doesn't work on your dog because,
she is a Chihuahua Terrier mix. She doesn't speak English. I've been saying this for years.
And then I guess the other question is, is it a universal experience, chat?
No.
That when you go hang out with your dad, everyone thinks you're dating and tells you to your face, even though you're not like acting like you're dating, you're just acting like two normal people?
Well, you know my theory on this.
You want to tell everyone. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but is it?
Okay, don't get mad at me. I didn't even ask the question. So
my dad and I are like best friends.
My theory on this is,
and we go hang out and we go to lunch together, is
that Olivia doesn't wear pants. It's like part of her thing.
I'd hate pants.
And when somebody wears a skirt or a dress, people are like, oh my God, you look so cute. You look so cute. Maybe you're on a date.
Right.
People think like, oh, you're dressed like you're on a date because you're dressed cute.
Because I have a fear of
So
pants.
what they're actually saying is, you look so cute.
So what's happening is my healthy relationship with my dad
Yes.
mixed with my fear of pants
Yes.
equals
Yes.
something awful for me.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm saying it's true.
Yeah. No,
Right?
I don't think you're wrong.
I think that people think you're on a date because you look nice.
And because we're getting along. I
Right.
don't know. Do people like not expect...
People
I would just
people
always...
just think that you're on a date because you guys are getting along and you both look nice.
Jesus Christ, that's so fucked up.
I'm sorry.
We've had to start, I mean, probably like 5 years ago, we had to start like unnaturally calling each other dad and daughter, like in restaurants. Cause like people,
he says daughter.
we'll reference mom a lot. He'll be like, oh, the daughter goes first. Like, you know, we'll really like right when the waiter comes over because it is like a necessity. They will say something to us within the first 10 minutes. They'll be like, oh, so are you guys, you know,
What anniversary are we celebrating?
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, so we have like a Valentine's Day, you know, special, and it's like it's January.
You guys
like,
just have to dress worse.
I do.
I'm telling you,
dress like shit.
Usually,
if I dress like shit for a week and go hang out with my dad and let you know what happens,
yeah, tell me what happens.
I'll let you know.
Usually, when I hang out with my dad, and just normally, usually I'm dressed like a child from the Sandlot, and my dad is wearing.
You can pull that shit off.
And my dad is
good.
only wearing Kirkland brand clothing. So people are like father-daughter.
You can pull off Sandlot child. I have a hard time. We'll not get into that.
No, you could fully pull off Sandlot child. It's not the thing that makes you comfortable, and that's fine.
Here's the thing about this episode, you guys.
What is it?
We know why you're here.
You guys, we're not even going to waste time.
We're not going to waste
Like
any
we
more of
just
your
did.
time like we just did with all of our talking shit.
We know that you're here for Casa Amor.
We know you're here for the Syd and Olivia Love Island Fantasy Bracket Casa Amor episode, and it is going down. Oh. Okay, do it.
I came here for love.
Okay, that was so good.
I just felt like we needed a little bit of zoomies.
I love that. I love getting the zoomies.
So, previously on Love Island, we were just introducing the fact that Casa Amor was coming up.
Yes, the villagers, the islanders are all in the villa. And who is in the villa in the beginning of this episode, just lounging around on the day chairs?
We have Toomgus and the Rainbow Fish.
They're in a couple.
We have ChatGPT and a lot of water.
They're in a couple.
We have RFK Jr.'s Brainworm, who is currently single.
Right, because a Cybertruck killed the Duolingo owl who he was coupled up with after he dumped Scrappy Doo.
We have Olivia's burning pile of furniture.
Yeah, which is coupled up with Tinky Winky.
Yep. And we also have CPK, who is single.
Yes, CPK is single.
So the hosts enter the villa. The hosts, of course, are young Sheldon and Mark L. Wahlberg from Temptation Island.
So all the islanders are lounging around the villa, just chatting, talking on their phones. All of a sudden, they all get a text and they all go, bing! I got a text. Then, skateboarding in on Mark L. Wahlberg's face, young Sheldon comes down the mountain we didn't know was there. Well, there's a mountain at the top of the island, skateboards down, and then
his sweater vest turns into a big paraglider
and that
takes him
take
down.
them down. And then Mark Wahlberg's body, which has wheels on the front and always has, zooms down the rest of the mountain, and they both skid to a stop. They turn their heads around and they say to the islanders, it's now time for Casa Amor. Everyone goes, the hosts are like, if you don't know what Casa Amor is, your couples will be split up into two villas. Each villa will have 5 new sexy bombshells. And at the end of the week, you will have to decide if you want to stay in your couple or twist to a bombshell,
another single,
and get someone else.
Yeah, they mess it up at the end there.
So it's like
but
that.
But that's just canonically
true.
They
were just running out of breath.
So then they disappear.
Oxygen tanks. We don't know why yet.
Yeah. Then they melt into a black sludge and go down the gutters. And the
which is what then everyone's like, oh my God, it's
Everyone's
Casa
like,
Amor.
oh my God. So
everyone's like going and saying, goodbye to their person.
everyone's saying goodbye.
Yeah.
They don't have enough time to decide on rules.
No, they don't, which is always how it happens.
The producers split up the islanders.
They take the first group of islanders to the
Villa.
Casa Amor Villa. Villa Amor.
So Villa Amor, we have Tinky Winky,
Nice.
Toomgus,
Nice.
ChatGPT,
Beautiful.
and RFK Jr.'s Brainworm.
That is a bad boy villa. That is a high energy, high powered, that's like got some bad boy vibes.
Yeah, that villa is going to be some trouble.
Yeah. That's a troubling villa.
Which means in the other villa,
right?
we have
The burning pile of furniture, the rainbow fish, a lot of water, and CPK. I
Right.
think that's a much chiller villa.
Totally.
This will be interesting. Okay.
Now we asked you, and
We asked you and our patrons and
on
all
the
of
Patreon.
all of you queens and kings and royalty out there.
for bombshells to enter the villas, and you guys pitched some absolutely insane bombshells.
You guys came through. There were a lot of really great pitches. We just picked the ones that
spoke to us.
That we picked the ones that young Sheldon wanted.
Yeah. We really
Because-
just gave it to Markel Wahlberg and Young Sheldon to let them
Truly,
choose.
we don't want to fuck with them again. We don't want to get involved in another thing
No,
with them.
last time we got
was-
a whole restraining order.
Yeah. So cut to the first villa, Villa Casa Amor.
Tinky Winky, Toomgus, ChatGPT, and RFK Jr.'s Brainworm are sitting around the fire pit
being-
chatting.
Going, oh, do you think you're gonna stray? Oh, do you think? Oh, I'm gonna fuck up all these ladies.
I quite hope Rainbow Fish stays loyal.
Yeah, Toomgus is hoping that Rainbow Fish stays loyal. ChatGPT is like, I hope that I can get back to a lot of water because I need to answer more prompts.
And RFK Jr.'s Brainworm is being like, I hope I get me worm wet.
Yeah,
I want to get me worm wet.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then Tinky Winky says, uh-oh, which is subtitled as, guys, look, here they come.
And a bunch of sexy
wow. Ooh, I'm
bombshells. I'm
hard
so
now.
hard.
And I'm so
wet and
I'm
hard.
so
All
bad
these,
now.
I'm so bad now. All of these new bombshells walk in
slow motion into the
slowly.
villa. Ooh.
The first one.
And we have a little intro video for all of them. First up is Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm. Cybertruck says,
I'm a free thinker. I kind of get what I want. I'm kind of like just sort of like here to spread my seed.
he kind of sucks.
He kind of sucks.
Next, we have a secretary bird.
Oh, a secretary bird. And if you don't know what that is,
This was pitched by Blurry Sheldon in the Patreon.
Yeah,
if you don't
yeah.
know what a secretary bird is, look it up right now.
they're like 4 or 5 feet tall. They're like 4 feet tall, but let's say this one's like 6 feet tall.
The secretary bird says, I'm so excited to enter the villa. I'm a really tall bird with some really big problems. I am so excited, and I do not want to deal with any snakes, for those are prey and I am predator. If you are a snake, you best believe I'm going to stomp on you.
Right.
I'm a bird.
Yeah. That's exactly what Secretary Bird says.
Next.
Next up on the villa, we've got, now this is a shock. We have it's crazy that she's here. Pregnant Clippy.
Pregnant
paperclip.
Clippy, the paperclip
The
from
Microsoft Word
Word.
paperclip. She comes in.
She is pregnant with J.D. Vance's son.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to
you
figure
want-
out how that happened,
Yeah, if you're like confused about that at all.
we did write lore. We wrote a story on our Patreon. You can go subscribe to the Patreon to see our fan fiction about J.D. Vance and the Clippy, the paperclip, falling in love.
Yeah, it's 14 pages. It's in Comic Sans. Most of it rhymes. It's really bad. And also, if you want to pitch more stuff for us to write fan fictions about, that's
Go to
on the
become
Patreon
a
as well.
Patreon
So,
patron.
yeah.
Then you can be a producer of Love Island.
Yeah.
Continue. What does the Clippy, the paperclip say?
I'm a little bit of a party girl, but right now I'm just kind of looking to settle down with someone really intelligent.
And what I really want to do
Yeah.
is help somebody.
I really want to be helpful, and I'm pregnant with JD Vance's baby.
How can I help you?
How can I help you with that?
Yeah, and so she's just sort of like, she seems sweet.
Yeah,
She's
seems-
giving like Camilla from season 3 vibes. Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
100%.
kind of too smart to be there a little bit.
Which is also crazy because
she did fuck J.D. Vance, which
and
is
she
kind of
was
crazy.
a boy in the fan fiction.
Was she?
Yeah, well, she's
Well, gender isn't real.
gender's a construct. Gender's a construct, and especially for paper. Especially
Gender
for
is a construct, especially in the villa, because we can't remember what genders we assign to people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next, Okay, so this, are you ready?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Clippity clop.
Clip clop.
Clip clop.
Oh, no.
Slow motion galloping in. Pitched by our Patreon producer, Blurry Sheldon.
Okay, we love Blurry Sheldon.
Clip clop enters a horse. Just a
regular
horse.
And what does the horse say in its intro video? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And there's no subtitles.
And the
because
horse is wearing a bikini.
Yeah, it's wearing a bikini.
So sexy.
So that's sexy and really hot.
Next,
And
we
then-
have twins?
What are you talking? Wait, CASA AMOR twins. And it is pitched by Ray from the Patreon.
We have the green and brown M&Ms who are in a polyamorous lesbian relationship and they're twins. That's them.
That is, dude.
Mommy and mommy.
Ooh, it's mommy and mommy.
Okay, so they say,
We're so excited to welcome someone into our couple. We have some chocolates for you.
we first auditioned for Couple to Throuple on Peacock, but we were only let on to this
Fantasy
show.
Bracket Love Island.
And again, they mess up toward the end there.
Yeah, so that's them. And they applied for Couple to Throuple on Peacock. They did not
Didn't
get
get
in, but they still let them into this show, which is awesome.
Yeah, and obviously RFK Jr. sees them and is like, twins! Oh, twins!
Yeah.
So want to get me one way?
Yeah. One for each of me brains.
One for each of
'Cause
me
the
brains.
worm has a brain
The
and
worm
then-
has a brain and
and then
RFK
yeah,
Jr.
yeah,
has a
yeah,
brain.
Okay, so
Allegedly RFK Jr. has a brain. I don't want to get political on here, but allegedly RFK Jr. has a brain. Or else where would the worm hide?
or else where would the worm hide?
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'll stop drinking the iced tea. Okay, we're going to move to the other villa.
Okay. So just to recap, the bombshells in the first villa are Cybertruck, Clippy the paperclip pregnant with JD Vance's baby, a horse, the green and brown M&Ms, and a
Secretary Bird. In our other villa, we have Burning Pile of Furniture, Rainbow Fish, A Lot of Water, CPK. They are all chatting by their
They're
fire
all chatting.
pit.
They're like, oh, who do you think's going to come in? Who do you think
CPK
is gonna
says,
be?
oh, dude, I hope we get barbecue.
Yeah.
I hope just regular barbecue comes in. Just a regular barbecue.
He's such a chill guy. He's such a chill guy.
Rainbow Fish is like,
You're right, because he can't breathe. Yeah. And then,
A Lot of Water is like,
Swish.
Yeah.
I hope some soap comes in the villa.
yeah, right. She's a little like,
and the Burning Pile of Furniture is like, oh, I just hope they bring back me girl Scrappy Doo.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they were such good friends.
Such good mates.
They were such good mates, both those birds.
Both of those birds, such good mates.
So all of a
bombshells.
sudden, the bombshells walk into the villa. And the bombshells for this villa are
Number 1, pitched by our Patreon patron, cursed motherfucker, Kyle. Excellent producer on the show. We have your uncle who makes things worse.
and
Just picture your
uncle
who makes
making it
things
worse.
That's him. So he comes in and he goes, hey guys, I got a lot of thoughts on global warming and I'm so excited to share them.
Yep.
I didn't vote because Kanye wasn't on the ticket.
Yes, that's great. And
He's got some weird views.
he's really specific.
Okay, next.
Next up, it is a cursed amulet.
This was pitched from Jake from the Patreon. Thank you, Jake. Beautiful producer.
the amulet says,
Open me, and all your wishes will come true. Open me.
And a gust of wind goes through the villa.
right.
Next, we have your favorite and mine, Kaiser Permanente. This was pitched from Patreon. It's Jake J and Alana.
Yep.
Kaiser Permanente comes in going like, hey, I'm kind of a fuckboy. I get what I want and I do what I want. Pay me your copay and let's see if you get anything in return.
Yes.
I swear to fuck, I'll draw your blood, but I'm not going to test it. I'm just that kind of fucking guy.
Yeah, okay.
He's a loser.
Yeah. And then next coming in is pitched by Scarlett from the Patreon.
The Giving Tree. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
The Giving Tree comes in, she says,
What do you need, my child? what do you need, my child? And then the cameraman behind the camera says, oh, no, just tell us a little bit about yourself. It's all like, just tell us like what your deal is and what your type is. And she gets closer and reaches out her branches.
All of her apples fall to the floor.
And she goes, I make you applesauce. I made you apples, my child. I made you applesauce, my child. And the guy's like, okay, I don't know. And then the video cuts.
And her love language is gifts, but in like a really creepy, maybe manipulative way.
You feel unsettled the whole time she's giving you stuff.
Yeah, it's like, girl, stop.
Yeah.
The last bombshell coming in is, are you ready, California natives? It's the 405. The 405 comes in and goes, I just am looking to take things slow.
Yeah.
I just want to find somebody who wants to
willing to go
life.
slow for me.
If anyone wants to slow down.
Looking for something to move.
And everyone in the room
really
falls
fast.
asleep.
Yeah, everyone
Behind the wheel. Oh, sad.
Everyone in the room falls asleep behind the wheel. Oh no. Okay.
So now we've got some pretty crazy villas.
We got 2 crazy villas going on, and this is going on for a week straight where they're trapped with these sexy singles.
So back to the first villa.
Yeah.
First, RFK Jr.'s brainworm.
Of course, he's starting out.
Is like, I've got to fuck these twins.
I've got to get me worm in these twins.
I've got to get me worm wet in these chocolate twins.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they're M&Ms.
Yeah.
He goes to the M&Ms and he's like, oi. Can I put me worm inside of your little bodies?
Right. And then they are very sex positive. They're in a poly relationship, and they say,
sounds good.
And then they have a hedonistic threesome.
In front of everyone. It's awful.
It's awful. It's
like they don't even go to the hideaway. They don't even go, like, we know people are going to fuck at Casa Amor, but like,
Come on,
God,
get
you guys.
a room, guys. What are we doing?
What the fuck? There are rooms.
It's like disgusting.
So while that's happening, and that goes on for a lot of the episode.
Way too long.
Chat GPT is like eyeing Cybertruck because he's like, okay, this person sort of feels like my vibe. We feel like,
but at the same time, Chat GPT, even though evil, recognizes that Cybertruck is the murderer of one of the previous Islanders.
Yeah, and ChatGPT more than anything is trying to just gain intelligence and be smart. So it's sort of like, I think I'll get voted off, right? It's like, I am sure there is a 80% chance I will be voted off if I come back to the villa with Duolingo Owl's murderer, you know?
Yeah, so but it still wants to get to know the Cybertruck. So ChatGPT is kind of like, hello, Cybertruck. I hear that you have the ability to decapitate a pedestrian. I find that really useful and good.
And then the Cybertruck doesn't respond because it broke.
And has to go to the shop.
And it has to go to the shop
6 years.
For 6 or 8 years. So it's going to go to the shop, be back by the end of the episode. But
then ChatGPT kind of takes a look at Clippy the paperclip.
Wait, why?
Because ChatGPT is kind of like, wait a second. You kind of were me once.
Wait a minute.
Like,
we're both helping humans with their problems?
But not really in a way that's actually helpful?
Wait a minute.
We were designed to help, but
we're just kind of unsettling
and kind of just weird.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. So they see kind of themselves in each other.
Clippy was, one of the first AIs. One of the very first AIs was Clippy.
Yes.
And I will die on that hill. And I do not know it for a fact, but I will die on that hill.
So Clippy and ChatGPT have a conversation.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of great.
Yeah, ChatGPT is like, Clippy, I love your googly eyes. I love that they look like they don't belong on your body.
And then Clippy says like, I like that you are... Wait, how does Clippy talk?
I don't remember because it's not real.
Right. Clippy is like,
oh, I like that you kind of seem very smart. Yeah, you seem like a smart guy. Could you raise a child?
Oh, and ChatGPT is like, whoa, you have a child? I might be out. That might be something I have to think about because I don't want to do anything that's actually good for others.
And then obviously like ChatGPT is going like trying really hard to run the statistics of like how likely it is to really take care of a child, but it doesn't have any water to do so, which is really, it's like, oh God.
Because the water's in the other villa.
All the water's in the other villa, yeah.
Speaking
so it
of
can't
which,
even really do anything, yeah.
in the other villa.
In the other villa.
At first, we have CPK, who's kind of trying to hang out with Kaiser Permanente.
Yeah, and
both
CPK, they're both
California natives.
They're both California natives, and that's the thing. And CPK's like, hey, man, like, what's up, dude?
Kaiser Permanente is like, hey, I would love to take some food for free.
Yeah, dude, sure. I mean, like, we've got a lot of catering. The catering's pad thai every day.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, so you're from California, you're from San Diego, where are you from?
I'm from kind of a lot of different random places on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah,
Would
yeah.
love to take you for what you are worth.
Sorry?
Would love to take all your shit. Would love to take all your shit and leave you with nothing.
Sorry.
Would love to take you with your shit and then leave you with a bill.
Wait, I'm sorry, dude. I feel like we were having a conversation about, like, San Diego.
Then for the 405 comes over to CPK and goes, Can I take you for a chat?
Yep, because it heard San Diego, and it's the San Diego freeway.
405 says, I'm from California.
And CPK's like, oh, yeah, nice. That sounds chill. I am, too.
The 405 says, I've seen some accidents. And it really ruins the vibe. It's like kind
really,
of fucking
really weird all of a sudden. And then
Super
CPK's
weird.
like, that's not chill at all. You know, I'm just, you want to go on a date or something?
Come with me to my carpool lane.
But it's, of course, going to be moving very slowly.
And it's totally backed up.
Yeah.
Next, we see a lot of water and rainbow fish going on a double date with the giving tree
and with your uncle who makes everything worse.
But they're not really paying attention to their dates.
No, it's really weird. So the dates right now, the giving tree is just offering them shit that they like really don't want. Like it keeps offering the rainbow fish apples, and obviously the rainbow fish does not need apples. It does need water, right?
And it's on the date with
a lot of, it's so weird because like a lot of water and the rainbow fish have this. Well, they won't. They that never really got explored
because Toomgus was in the middle, right?
He swept in and grabbed rainbow fish again.
But now they're on this double date, and instead of enjoying the date across from them, they're kind of enjoying each other.
Yeah, which is so crazy.
In fact, rainbow fish turns to a lot of water at some point and says, I really like your vibe. And a lot of water splashes rainbow fish like flirtatiously. And finally, rainbow fish breathes for the first time and goes, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, it was the second time, but yeah.
What?
This happened one time before.
Oh, I didn't remember.
Yeah, this happened one time before. It's really important.
Rainbow fish finally breathes, and we actually hear its real voice
and
for a
it's like,
second.
oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, maybe these two should just be together.
I know. It's like, it really feels like they're kind of made for each other in a weird way. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I feel like rainbow fish has had a crush on a lot of water and hasn't really had the ability to go for it because it can't speak, because it's dying. And I don't know, maybe there's something beautiful here. And meanwhile, what's the uncle doing?
The uncle is just being like, you guys, I'm telling you the 5G is getting in my brain.
Yep.
And it's making me give the vaccine to myself.
Yes, and then the giving tree is giving him apples, and it doesn't fix anything.
Nothing.
It truly fixes, I shit you not, nothing.
In the other villa, we just have Toomgus talking to the horse.
Oh yeah, cut to Toomgus in a field with a horse.
Toomgus says,
he's like, oh wow, actually, I quite like this. He's just kind of hanging out.
The horse says,
there's no subtitles because it is just a horse.
Toomgus says, no, you have a really good point, horse.
Yeah.
I think I really should lay off of the rainbow fish a little bit. I think I'm coming off too strong.
Yeah, and then the horse goes like, kind of does like a cough.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, it's like exactly what you just said there. Yeah, like I'm coming on too strong. I'm being too forceful. Maybe I need to focus on what the rainbow fish actually needs. And maybe that's not me because I'm just snacks. Crazy revelation the horse is having in that. Holy shit.
Now.
This is a really high character.
This is a crazy episode.
Yeah. And then cut to next time on Love Island.
We see a preview for the next episode of Love Island.
Mark L. Wahlberg and young Sheldon are standing in front of a fire pit with all of the villagers. Why do I keep doing villagers today? All of the islanders. And say, Islanders, today you will have to choose if you are going to stay or swap.
Stay with your previous partner or switch to a new bombshell.
And then we see a bunch of people's faces going like, we see RFK going, like this with his hands going like ha ha ha. We see everyone, we see a lot of gasps.
We see the twin M&Ms making out.
Yeah, with each other. Just alone.
Just alone.
For like actually a little bit too
it's like
long.
way too long.
Like weird
it's
that
very
they put
incest.
it that long in the trailer. What with the fact that they're twins.
Twins.
Yeah, I think everything else is totally great.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then
we'll find out.
And
you
we'll
guys, if you know who you want to couple up with who,
yeah.
you better tell us.
Yeah.
Because
we have some ideas, but we're open to yours as well.
So make sure that you are giving us ideas in the Patreon.
Also, you got to go check out the J.D. Vance X Clippy fan fiction. There's a recorded reading of us reading it in rhyme.
It's wildly sexual.
It's very bad. It's so sexual. There's a lot of graphic sexual stuff and a lot of stuff you didn't know about Jesus.
It's so true. There's a lot of stuff you didn't know about Jesus.
In there, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye, Freeze Fest!